Hiya! So I'm going to do my first ever vlog on winter running and more specifically what I wear in the winter to keep myself seen and warm and toasty and safe. So it is November, so it's dark in the mornings now. I've actually started running in the mornings as opposed to running in the evenings when I get back from work, just because I find that it sets me up for the day better, and I have been more consistent with running in the morning, strangely. When I get back from work, I'm tired, it's cold in the house, it takes me ages to get the fire going, which I don't know if you can. Yeah, so we actually have fires in this house, old school. So it takes a while to get those going. And by the time all that's done and it's warm and it's like dinner time, I don't want to go for a run. So doing it in the morning has been far easier. I've been far more consistent. I've actually been enjoying it. But obviously we live in the countryside, so keeping myself seen and safe is quite important. So I kind of have two main concerns really. Sorry, I'm filming on the iPad, which isn't great, so I'm just trying to find a good. So living in the countryside, there's no street lights when I go out for a run in the morning. There's no pavement either. It's just country roads, and so obviously I need to make sure that I am seen by cars coming past, so that I don't get run over. That's another story. But and my other concern is, strangely, meeting a wild boar, or lots of wild boar, because there's loads of them around here, and they kind of go around in like gangs of 10 or more, and they can be pretty aggressive if they've got their babies with them. So yeah, that is another worry, but I'm just kind of like banking on the fact that I'm wearing enough flashing reflective stuff that they're going to be afraid of me, but I don't know how realistic that is. So I have got myself together a kind of like set of winter running gadgets, they're not even gadgets, like things that I wear to keep myself safe. So this year I've been organised about it because it's the first year that I've really had to take it seriously, and I keep it all in my Toulouse Marathon kit bag that I got when I ran the marathon a few weeks ago, just because that way it means I just take it out of the cupboard in the evening, put it on the table, and then in the morning it's there and I don't have to think about it. So yeah, okay, so I'll just get all this out. Okay, cool. So the first thing that I'm going to talk about is the head torch. I've actually got two of these. The one that I'm using at the moment is this one. So it's called Geonaut something, I don't know. It does have a proper name. It's from Decathlon. It's not the cheapest one, but it's not the most expensive one. It does the trick. It's got 3 modes, so it's got the lights on, the light's brighter, and then it flashes. This is fine for going out for a few miles. Anything longer than, 3-4 miles, it starts to get annoying because, as you can see, the battery pack, contrary to the one I'm going to show you in a minute, is not in the same place as the light. So the battery pack kind of presses into the side of your head after a few miles, which is not ideal because that creates quite a bit of pressure. And obviously there's this ridiculous wire, so you just kind of feel like that's moving around. It's a bit irritating. There's lots of buckles and things on it, but it's fine. It does the trick. And in terms of value for money, like the light's quite bright. So far I've not had any problems with it. So that one is reasonably priced. The other one that I have is the Tikka Plus Petzl head torch. This is far superior to the Decathlon one. This one I bought for my husband a year ago because he said that he was going to start running in the dark. I think he's used it twice maybe. So I did actually start this winter running with this, but I was concerned that if he ever wanted to use it, I would have run all the battery out, and I wouldn't have a spare battery to put in it. So So yeah, I've kind of stopped using it, but it's far better. The battery pack is inside the same thing as the light. There's some nice padding behind it, so you don't get that pressure on your forehead. And it doesn't slip, it stays in place. It's really, really nice. And it also has as well as like the standard white light settings, it also, if you press and hold it, has a red light setting. Now, I have not used that yet because I'm not really sure what it's useful for. Oh, sorry. Okay. But yeah, that option is always there. Yeah, that's definitely much better. I got that out of Intersport. I think it was between 30 and 40 euros. So I'm thinking of investing in one of these actually, because it's just so much better than the Decathlon one. Okay, the next thing that I have is this little Caramel strap thing. It's from Sports Direct in London. My husband bought it for me when he was in London. Initially I wanted something to go around my arm. However, when I got this out of the packet, I realised, I'll try and put it on and show you, that there was no way it was going to be able to sit around my arm comfortably, because as you can see, where it coils around really tightly, which is good because it stays on, obviously it's not going all the way around, so I'm wearing a very thick jumper, it just would dig in. So I've actually been wearing that around my ankle, which is fine, and I suppose it does the same thing whether it's on your ankle or on your arm. It's, you know, exactly the same. So yeah, worth having a couple of them probably. Oh, where's the little brand gone? Definitely worth having a couple of them just to keep you safe. And obviously that was dirt cheap. That was like £2 or something out of Sports Direct. So yeah, that's good. The other thing I got, continuing with the theme of wanting an armband, was this. So again, it's the same brand, it's Caramel, it's from Sports Direct. This one is supposed to be the same principle, so it's supposed to go around your arm. As you can see, I can actually just get it on like that, which means that obviously it's not actually very tight. So unless you've got huge muscly arms, that is not really going to work for you. What's good about it though is that it has a little light in it, albeit not very bright, but in the dark that is slightly more visible. So what I do with this one is, I'll show you, I actually just put it round the top of my calf muscle, like so, sugar, and then turn it around like that, so that the light's flashing to the back so that cars can see me. It's fine, it doesn't slip, doesn't irritate me, doesn't get in the way. So that is good for the few pounds that was as well out of Sports Direct. Okay. The last kind of like flashy, lighty thing that I have is this bad boy. Now I've only used this once. I used it this morning and it's good. I'm really pleased I got it. It was about £5 for a pack of 2 out of Decathlon. It clips on like that, and then it flashes, and the lights are really bright, so that's good. I just clipped that onto the back of my coat, onto the back pocket of my Nike running coat this morning. Initially I was worried that it was going to fall off, but it didn't move, didn't notice it. So yeah, I felt a lot safer with that flashing behind me this morning. So that is very good. Cheap. Yeah. Okay. So moving on to things that keep me warm. The first thing that I have is this slightly ridiculous, what I like to call my running balaclava. It's actually designed for skiing. I'm going to model it for you just because it's so good. My mum bought this for me years ago. Years and years and years ago. Yeah, it's for skiing. It's just fleece. But it's really toasty, and obviously you can wear it like this, or I'm more often than not, unless it's super cold, I just pull the hood down like that, and yeah, it keeps me nice and warm. It's got a little toggle on it, and the other thing that I like about it obviously is that I can put my hat on, which I'm going to just talk to you in a minute about. Underneath it, it's difficult to do this. I tried doing this earlier on. It's a bit difficult. Right, so you can have both of them on at the same time if you're a bit more dexterous than I am. No, but you can. It is doable. So yeah, so that is excellent. That keeps me. This is if it's like blizzard, cold, headwind. Keeps me really, really, really warm, which is awesome. And it's a really inexpensive way of having a nice sort of snoody, cosy thing. So yeah, I'm going to take this ridiculous contraption off. But it's not a running thing at all. It's a skiing balaclava. But my husband thinks it's ridiculous. But I don't care. I just wear it. I don't care what I look like as long as I'm warm. He doesn't have any hair, so he has to wear a big hat. Okay, so that's that. Obviously, the hat that I was wearing underneath it is another Decathlon special. I love a bit of Decathlon. The reason I got this was because I tried on the Salomon one, which is very similar to this, but it's more expensive. It's about, I don't know, I think it's about 30 or 40 euros. And it was really nice. It fit really well. It's really soft, and like you can scrunch it up, and I really, really liked it. But I just thought it was a bit too much money for what is essentially just a flimsy running cap. So I didn't buy it because I thought I'll see if I can find something similar elsewhere, and ended up coming across this, which was about 20 euros cheaper. Yeah, it's quite good. It's quite good, and it's got a little reflective strip on the back, which is awesome. So if you are thinking of getting the Salomon one, then perhaps maybe consider trying this one on, Kalenji one, and just see how they compare for you. Okay. Right, the next thing that I wear are these bad boys. So they are my horribly neon pink and yellow night gloves. They've got the little just do it, they're filthy, they need to go through the washing machine. On the finger. What I like about these is that they are thin. I get really hot hands when I'm running. So these aren't lined, they're thin, but they just have that, they're just that extra layer to kind of keep your hands toasty. I also have really tiny hands and they fit me, which is a miracle. So yeah, so those are good. I have another pair of gloves which are lined, which I initially bought for cycling. But what I found is that because obviously with a lot of running coats and running sweaters and jumpers and stuff like that nowadays, they have built-in mittens. I'm actually better off just putting these on. If it's really cold, pulling the mittens over, and then that's it. I'm done. I can pull the mittens back if I get too hot or whatever. So yeah, these are good because they're thin. They're really cheap as well out of Sports Direct. Okay, the last thing that I have is perhaps the most ridiculous. I think it's the most ridiculous thing, just because it looks so geeky, which is fine. Obviously, I wear glasses. I also have contact lenses, but I really dislike putting them in the morning. I have quite dry eyes, so it can be quite uncomfortable first thing in the morning. And so I have this little neoprene strap. This has got nothing to do with running in the winter, but I use it all the time. So the arms of the glasses fit into the ends of the neoprene strap, and it stops your glasses from slipping down your nose like this. I struggled for ages wearing my glasses, and they kept slipping down my nose. I kept having to push them back up. And then finally I got this, and it is something that costs about 50p, but it's been an absolute lifesaver. I wear it all the time. So if you have glasses and you're struggling, I highly recommend just getting one of these cheap little bad boys, because it is really, really, really good. Again, my husband thinks it's ridiculous because it does look a bit silly, but I don't care. It keeps my glasses on and it makes my runs far more enjoyable. So there you go, it's my little rundown of my winter gear. I hope that was helpful.